The Silk Road was not a single artery of commerce, but a complex network of trade routes that pulsed with life for centuries. It served as the primary conduit for economic and cultural exchange between the Eastern and Western worlds. The genesis of this vast network can be traced to the Han Dynasty in China. Emperor Wu's desire for powerful Central Asian horses fueled the initial expeditions westward. The diplomat Zhang Qian is often credited as the father of the Silk Road. His missions, though initially for military alliance, unveiled the potential for lucrative trade. These routes stretched over 7,000 miles, a monumental distance in the ancient world. They traversed some of the planet's most formidable landscapes. Merchants faced the scorching heat of the Taklamakan Desert. They navigated the freezing altitudes of the Pamir and Tian Shan mountain ranges. Name Silk Road itself is a modern term, coined in the 19th century. For ancient travelers, it was simply a series of paths and oses. Silk, a Chinese monopoly for centuries, was the most coveted commodity. The Romans, in particular, were captivated by its beauty and texture. It was so valuable that it was often used as a form of currency. The secret of sericulture was jealously guarded by the Chinese. But silk was far from the only good to travel these routes. From the west came gold, silver, and precious gems. Glassware from the Roman Empire was highly prized in the east. Wool, linen, and other textiles made their way to China. Spices from India, such as cinnamon and pepper, were in high demand. Exotic animals, including cheetahs and lions, were exchanged as diplomatic gifts. The Kushan Empire, located in what is now Afghanistan, became a major hub. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara grew into wealthy centers of commerce. These oasis cities offered respite and resources for weary caravans. However, the Silk Road was more than just a trade route for material goods. It was a conduit for the transmission of ideas, technologies, and beliefs. Buddhism spread from India into Central Asia and China along these paths. The giant Buddha statues of Bamiyan were a testament to this religious diffusion. Monks and pilgrims undertook perilous journeys to collect sacred texts. Nestorian Christianity also found its way to the east. Manichaeism, a syncretic religion from Persia, gained followers across the network. Later, Islam would spread through Central Asia via these same routes. Technological innovations were another crucial element of exchange. The Chinese invention of paper traveled westward and revolutionized record-keeping. Gunpowder, another Chinese discovery, would eventually transform warfare globally. Printing technology, first developed in China, slowly migrated west. From the west, China learned about grape cultivation and winemaking. The knowledge of astronomy and mathematics was shared among scholars. Artistic styles and motifs blended to create unique hybrid forms. Musical instruments, like the lute, were introduced to China from Persia. The Sogdians and Iranian people were the master traders of the Silk Road. Their language became the lingua franca of trade for a significant period. Nomadic empires played a critical role as both facilitators and disruptors. They often protected caravans in exchange for tribute. At other times, they raided them for their valuable cargo. The rise of the Mongol Empire in the 13th century unified the Silk Road. This period, known as the Pax Mongolica, made travel safer than ever before. It allowed for direct contact between Europe and China. Marco Polo's detailed accounts sparked European interest in the East. However, this unification also had a dark side. The increased connectivity facilitated the rapid spread of the Black Death. The plague traveled from Asia to Europe along these trade routes. The decline of the Silk Road began with the fragmentation of the Mongol Empire. The rise of the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century further obstructed overland trade. This spurred European powers to seek maritime routes to Asia. The Age of Discovery marked the beginning of the end for the ancient land routes. Sea travel became faster, cheaper, and capable of carrying more goods. The legacy of the Silk Road, however, is immeasurable. It fundamentally shaped the development of civilizations across the globe. It demonstrated that the world was far more interconnected than previously imagined. The exchange of knowledge was perhaps its most enduring contribution. Cuisines were transformed by the introduction of new ingredients. The Parthian Empire acted as a crucial intermediary between Rome and China. They profited immensely by controlling a large section of the trade. The physical remnants of the Silk Road can still be seen today. Ancient oasis towns, though often in ruins, speak of a vibrant past. The Mogao Caves in Dunhuang are a treasure trove of Silk Road art. These caves housed thousands of manuscripts for centuries. The journey was not undertaken by a single person from end to end. Goods were passed along a chain of merchants at various trading posts. This relay system increased the final price of goods significantly. The domestication of the Bactrian camel was essential for desert travel. These animals could endure extreme temperatures and carry heavy loads. Not all exchanges were positive. Diseases also traveled the routes. Outbreaks of smallpox and measles are documented in both Rome and China. Routes fluctuated based on the political stability of the regions. When one path became too dangerous, another would be favored. The Tang dynasty in China represented a golden age for the Silk Road. The empire's power ensured the safety of the trade routes deep into Central Asia. This era saw an unprecedented influx of foreign cultures into China. The and Lushan rebellion severely weakened the Tang dynasty. This turmoil disrupted the flow of trade for many years. The Silk Road also had a significant maritime component. Sea routes connected Egypt and Rome with the ports of India and Southeast Asia. These maritime paths were often faster and could bypass troublesome territories. The story of the Silk Road is a story of human curiosity and desire. It was driven by the demand for luxury, novelty, and knowledge. It highlights the incredible resilience of ancient merchants and travelers. The cultural blending it fostered is still evident in many regions today. Food in cities like Kashgar reflects a history of cultural fusion. The spread of agricultural products had a lasting impact on diets. Peaches and apricots from China became staples in the Roman world. The Silk Road was not just about grand empires. It was about people. It was about the individual choices of countless merchants and monks. Their collective journeys wove the fabric of a connected world. The invention of the stirrup, likely by nomadic tribes, was a crucial innovation. This technology spread east and west, transforming cavalry warfare. The Silk Road facilitated the movement of entire populations. This led to the creation of new ethnic and cultural identities. The city of Palmyra in Syria was a wealthy caravan kingdom. Queen Zenobia of Palmyra even challenged the authority of Rome. Her rebellion was ultimately crushed, but it showed the power of these trade hubs. Transmission of medical knowledge was a vital aspect of the exchange. Persian and Indian medical texts were translated into Arabic and Latin. The concept of a formal postal system, used by the Mongols, aided communication. This system, known as the Yam, was remarkably efficient. The Silk Road's history is a testament to the power of commerce to connect humanity. It shows that globalization is not a new phenomenon. The desire for connection and exchange is a fundamental human trait. The routes were often dangerous, with bandits a constant threat. Forts and garrisons were established to protect vulnerable sections. The Great Wall of China itself was partly intended to guard these routes. The secret of silk production was eventually smuggled out of China. This allowed the Byzantine Empire to start its own silk industry. The loss of this monopoly was a significant economic blow to China. The Silk Road was never a static entity. It was constantly evolving. New powers rose and fell, each leaving their mark on the trade network. The Sasanian Empire in Persia often clashed with Byzantium over trade control. The introduction of Islam to the network created a new cultural and economic sphere. Arabic became a new language of commerce and scholarship. The tales of 1001 Nights contain echoes of Silk Road trade. These stories captured the romance and adventure of long-distance travel. The decline of the land routes did not end east-west trade. It simply shifted the primary theater of exchange from land to sea. The spirit of the Silk Road lives on in modern initiatives. It serves as a powerful metaphor for cross-cultural connection. The challenges faced by ancient travelers were immense. They had to deal with sandstorms, blizzards, and altitude sickness. Yet, for centuries, the flow of people and goods never completely stopped. This persistence reshaped the destiny of numerous societies. It created a shared heritage that transcended borders and empires. The Silk Road is a crucial chapter in the story of human civilization. Its influence is woven into the very fabric of our modern world. The demand for Fergana horses in China was insatiable for military purposes. These heavenly horses were superior to the smaller native Chinese breeds. The exchange of flora and fauna had long-lasting ecological consequences. The social structures of oasis cities were incredibly diverse. Legal systems had to adapt to handle disputes between foreign merchants. The Silk Road's history is a powerful reminder of the benefits of open exchange. It demonstrates how trade can be a powerful engine for progress and innovation. The final threads of the Silk Road unraveled as global politics shifted. Its memory, however, was preserved in texts, art, and ruins. The rediscovery of its history in the modern era has been a source of global fascination.